our lives now are totally driven by Facebook. It's just incredible. Did you see the film yet? I didn't.
No, but it got rave reviews. Yeah, film of Twitter, I think, will be more interesting because it'll be very short, I imagine.
Very good.
30 seconds. Yes. Twitter the movie. There it goes. I mean, China's also been particularly weird this year. For example, you know, this is the nation whose leaders planted a flag on the bottom of the sea, presumably to inform Ariel and the other mermaids that the oceans now belong to China. On New Year's Eve, there was a guy in Sicily who stole candy purely so he could get locked up and have an unshakable excuse to miss his family dinner. And I read that and I just thought, yep, I can understand that. So that was kind of the final crazy story in a whole year of bad stories. I mean, last year was just amazing. Who can forget? There were these fugitives in Argentina who hid from the police by wearing sheepskins, complete with sheep heads, and standing in a flock and going, bah! And they actually managed to elude police. There were more than 1,000 sheep, and the police couldn't find the fake ones. You know, there's a line here somewhere about pulling the wool over their eyes, isn't there? But I think even the Chinese government are getting hip and with it. They actually launched a official China government dating website I don't know, I guess maybe there aren't enough babies in China or something, I don't know. Anyway, what I liked about their website was the headline, which was, "Are you still single and bitter?" Which is just the sort of thing that thousands are going to click on, aren't they? Yes, that's me, single and bitter.
Yep.
You know, there were things like, it was the year when a Chinese guy trying to commit suicide, right? He took a whole bottle of sleeping pills,
right,
and then he went to jump off a bridge. Yeah. Now, usually you do one or other, but he did both. And unfortunately, the result of this was he fell asleep at the jumping off point and woke up later in hospital. You know, among all the general weirdness, there was one theme that people kept coming back to, air travel.
True, yes.
The whole air travel community seemed to descend into madness in 2010. For example, there was the pair who tried to smuggle a dead relative on a flight from from Germany to UK. You know, they just put the corpse in glasses and, you know, tried to sort of shuffle along with him. There was the guy who wore a European old man's head.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and halfway through the flight decides to take off his head. So that was the madness in the air. But, you know, those flights were... That was the comparatively normal part of the journey. The real madness was, of course, down below, with all the new security policies. So basically, the big story of 2010 in the air travel business was...
scanning machines, wasn't it?
Yeah, so basically now you have a choice of being either photographed naked or being groped by a stranger. Now, you know...
but if you refuse one, you get the other and or both.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, or if you're George Michael, you go round and round and round and round to get...
It's funny though, there's a slightly serious point here that, you know, that people say that the whole raison d'etre of terrorists is to disrupt. Well, they have.
Yeah, they've won in this
They totally have.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I've got this correspondent who writes to me every day, and his name is Lift Lurker.
All right.
And he's apparently in the elevator industry. But he actually came up with some good suggestions on this. He said one thing to do is to make the body scanning thing a positive experience by having it do a body fat analysis or whatever as you go through.
Comes out with a martini ready mixed for you when you get here.
No, so when you go through, it actually you know, says something like, you have 3 times the normal body fat in your thighs. If you cycle for 10 hours a day for 10 days, you will lose it.
Good idea. Let's add another 45 minutes into our already horrible experience getting onto the plane. And also the paranoia factor. Yeah. Lovely idea, Mr. Lurker.
Well, he had another one that you might prefer,
Go on.
which was, you know that the coating on a stealth bomber, which makes you invisible? Well, you make underwear, full body underwear, out of the coating of a stealth bomber, and when you go through the full body scanner you actually become invisible, and people say, hey, why are you invisible? And you just say, well, you know, vampires do not show up on this sort of machine.
One man came to stop the world, I tell you he